Hi, so here we are. We are on our Beyond the Stage, and this episode is going to be we're actually doing this episode in English. I'm just waiting for Carla to ask and request for her to come in. And here we go. Is she coming on? So, hello.
Hello, hi everyone. I'm so excited about this topic.
I know it's such a good topic. So tonight we have an amazing guest, a friend of ours. She's currently in Mexico, so she's going to be joining us from there. This particular episode is going to be in English, and I'm excited to host her. Her name is Anna Lolomari. She is known for zesty lifestyle. So that if that says anything to you, it is someone with so much spark, so much light, so much work, so much color in her. So I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this episode of Beyond the Stage, which is a live series that we're doing that we started in the beginning of the year for our community of Interiors and Impressions and I Academy, just talking about all topics beyond staging, beyond decor, just to give our community perspective, knowledge, and information that comes from experts and people that could really elevate and help you with your business journey and your life journey in general. So I'm excited to be here. Carla's excited, and
And I
here we
love
are.
this because I know Anna is very excited. She's, as Adelka said, she's in Cabo, Mexico, having a great time, enjoying the nice weather. That's why today we dress with a little bit of color. So we feel like we are with her in Mexico with some sun.
That's right.
So while we wait for Anna to connect, I want to say that the topic today is actually very important in our lives. I know it's the power of first impressions and the image that we actually give out to the world with the way we present ourselves, but not only in personality, but also the way we dress. So our expert today, she not only do a curating a wardrobe for her clients, also she combines that with interior styling. So it's an amazing combination. So let me read a little bit about Anna while she actually comes in.
Yes, I'm
So
waiting for her to request in. So
yeah, so Anna has been an image consultant and interior decorator with over 21 years of experience, helping individuals refine their style and transform spaces. With a keen eye for detail and a deep understanding of personal expression, she curates wardrobes and designs interiors that enhance confidence and make a lasting impact. Having lived on 6 continents, including her homeland, Nigeria, Anna brings a rich cultural perspective to her work, blending global influences with personal authenticity. So her passion for style and design empowers others to embrace their individuality and elevate their presence with confidence. And let me tell you, when she puts you, when we have been in her fashion show, she does that because that's one thing she does. She actually have her clients to also be part of the fashion shows that she organizes with the different brands, and she styles you while she showcases the pieces. So she does an amazing job with her work, and we're very happy she had the time to be here with us and share her experience and how she combines not only styling, the way you dress and the spaces people live in. Hi, our dear friend Anna.
hi.
Hi guys, how's everyone? Am I upside down?
You're
Yes,
upside
you're
down.
upside down horizontal.
Listen, this is life, so
Oh my
things happen.
god.
So don't worry.
Oh my god. Anna the bananas, my kids say.
Hello, Rocco. There's Rocco, Stephanie. I have some
Why am
people.
I upside down, ladies? Are you using your phone or what are you
Yes.
using?
We're using
My
our
I think
phone.
I
phone.
should
Yes.
use my phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to cut off here and I'm going to come back in.
Okay.
Okay.
How about
Let's
that?
do that.
Okay.
So as just to give you a little bit of like background, so we met Anna through work. We actually were colleagues. Not only, as Carla was saying, she's in fashion, a stylist, also helps as an image consultant, but she's also in the interior design world. She's when we had our store, Carre, we met her
Yeah.
through that, and since then we've
That has
just
been
stayed in touch, and
8 years ago.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. 8 years ago, and how wonderful it is. And now she's all the way in another country, and we can still do this. And we have been actually sharing the space with her in different events. And it has been incredible to see how all three of us has grown and have been part of the industry. And we keep each other, like up to date, and we support each other in many ways. So this is amazing to have another woman that is in the industry that can come and really share with
there
us
she
her
is.
knowledge. There she is. Hi, beautiful
Everyone.
friend.
Hello, beautiful friend.
Hello, hello. We're
How
so
are
happy
you?
to have you here, Anna. We were just telling everybody how we met, and we're colleagues, and we met through, our interior design world. But that turned into a friendship, and we now support one another in all the things that we do. So we're so thankful to have you here and to have this conversation. Who best to talk about, first impressions, who best to talk about image,
Hmm.
fashion. And by the way, I wore color today
Look at
because
me. Look.
I am so proud of you all. And today I am wearing color on the interior. And I said, you know what? I'm going to bring some pearl. I want to show texture because sometimes,
Beautiful.
yeah,
So we know how much you love color, how you always talk about like people should not be afraid of using color. And we know living in a country where it's
Hmm.
winter and dark, most people tendencies go towards the black and the grays and the dark. So, it's
sure.
it's winter and I'm wearing yellow, and it just makes me smile just wearing yellow.
Happy you all. Color is beautiful.
Well,
Color brings, it brings happy.
Yeah.
Color, it makes us feel, it dresses us up, right? So I always say we're going to talk about is finding the color that suits
exactly.
you and, that gives you that confidence to be you. And then, you know what? You thrive with it and roll with it and show up with it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So Anna, right now you're in Mexico.
Yes. I'm in Cabo right now and
Beautiful.
enjoying the sun and just fueling my soul. As you know, as creatives, we always have to find somewhere that, fuels our soul, especially during the winter season. So that's why I'm here, fueling my soul with the sunshine, with color, with the ocean, because the
Hmm.
ocean too is color, right?
I guess
Oh
you're loving the
yes,
experience. Bring us some
yes.
Yes,
sunshine to us. Today was a
I
very
will.
snowy day, but I have to say it was beautiful because today was sunny. And yeah, so the mix of snow and sun, you got to be happy wherever you are, but I'm sure Mexico must be wonderful.
It is wonderful, but I always say, in life we have to make the best of wherever we are. Snow is beautiful.
Absolutely.
I know it's so cold, but let's look at it as texture and beauty, right? And
There you
embrace it
go.
and light on it as well.
Okay, well, we are excited for this topic. How to refine your image, make a lasting first impression in both your personal life and in a business setting. So, why don't we start? How and why do first impressions matter in our personal and professional life? Why do you think that is?
First impression is what they instantly see when you show up anywhere in a room. So, and a first impression takes 3 seconds. People can tell your story by seeing you instantly, right? Just seeing you, it already tells the story of who you are, especially when you're representing your brand. You are the face of your brand, right? And look at it that you are your marketing tool. So imagine if you don't show up for your brand and you walk into a room, you never know who you're meeting in that room, right? Whether it's business, whether it's socially, right? It could be a business partner for a business. It could be a partner, right? For those who are so creating that first impression and showing up with a presentation is so important. It's our persona, everything. It's just the total package. And clients always say to me, "Oh, Anna, must I look expensive?" No, you don't have to look expensive. It's just that image, that instant image that people feel approachable, right? To even want to start a conversation, right? And that is what first impression is all about, is to
Yeah.
start that conversation, especially when you're selling your brand, right?
Yeah, no, I love when you said it's like a presentation, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we talk about first impressions in the interior world, right? And I love that you said 3 seconds. I didn't know what number it was because it takes about 8 to 10 seconds for somebody, and when it comes to a home, when you're selling a home. So I didn't
Yes.
realize that it was only 3 seconds when it comes to personal image. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
It is
Wow.
3 seconds
That's
because
like one, two,
it's also
three. That's
that,
that's
yeah,
it.
it's the body language, and especially when you're in a room filled with so many people, right? And you walk in, or you're doing a presentation for meetings. So how you show up is how you're going to be judged. I know sometimes people say, "Oh, well, why am I judged by my presentation?" Well, that's the reality of the world we live in today. So it's important that that first impression makes a lasting impression. That's what I always say. Let that first impression make a lasting one, but a good one, right? Not a one with an attitude or no humbleness and all the gratitude for life, but friendly, a smiley face, your image, very powerful. What you wear, how you carry yourself, how you speak, those are lasting impressions. So you want to make that first impression a lasting impression, just like our spaces as well when we stay,
That's
right?
it.
You want a
What?
client to, yeah.
No, I was gonna say, like, what do you think are the things that people, the mistakes that people make often? Like, what are those key things that people should look out for?
Grooming.
Listen, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure after COVID,
Yeah,
yeah, and everybody working from home and doing like sometimes like Zoom, so you don't really have to kind of get all dressed up to go outside. So
that's
grooming
what
is
I
a good thing.
grooming is for me number one. I think we forget that. I think people think that first impressions or image is just about what you're wearing, about your fashion. I've been seeing a lot of people doing virtual. It just even your lipstick, just even brushing your hair. You know what I mean? Just wearing just some simple earrings. But you see, it's that instant presentation because people are listening to you. You want people to listen to you, right? You want people to be approachable to you. So that first impression, for me, grooming is number one. Groom how you carry yourself too, right? How you
Yeah.
carry yourself into a space. I know that not everyone is confident. You're not everyone can walk into a room and be confident, but I don't think confident is even the first thing. I think the first thing is grooming.
And that's good that
Your
that you talk about confident because
yeah.
a lot of people lack confidence, and sometimes even wearing something still it doesn't that confidence doesn't come out. You do such a great job because you have a knowledge about combining everything, and you said something very important, which is you don't have to go expensive from head to
Yes.
toe. It's the way you carry yourself with whatever you're wearing. So
Yes.
when have you had a lot of clients that come to you and say, Anna, please teach me how to become more confident through, changing my style. How did you go about that?
So first, confidence, as we all know, is courage. It's
Uh-huh.
not having that fear. Courage. You have to have that courage, and then it brings about confidence. But our what we wear is also a tool to feel confident. Because when you wear a style or a fit or a color that makes you feel good, you're comfortable. And when you're comfortable, you're confident, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when you're comfortable in who you are, then you lack confidence. So I think it's that courage knowing that you are enough. It's knowing that, you know what, you're okay with who you are, and being able to find confidence through the power of what you wear. Like, make sure that what you wear represents who you are, or
Mm-hmm.
it reflects your personality, right? So I find that, like, for instance, when you wear the wrong colors, I find that when you try to be who you're not, you lack confidence, because when you try to be someone else and you walk into a space or a room, you don't own yourself. So at that time, you just lack this confidence that you need, right? But when you own who you are, it doesn't matter if you have short hair, long hair,
Mm-hmm.
brown skin, green skin, long neck, whatever it is, big boobs,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. It's just finding your own personality and being comfortable in it, wearing the right clothing. That gives you confidence. So it's a tool, right?
It's a
I just
tool
want
and
to
it's
Sorry, I
being.
just wanted to mention something about confidence. And this is a personal story of mine.
Yeah.
I was not the most confident person as a young person, like in my teenage years. I was quite introverted and I was very shy. But I always loved fashion, like loved fashion from very, very little. And I have to say that fashion was my way to get out there and express myself because I couldn't do it with speaking because I was shy. So whenever I had an opportunity to express myself, I used fashion for that. And it's such an amazing tool. And if you love it, it's such an expressive way to really tell your story and who you are and express who you are. So I have to say, I have such a love for fashion because of that.
Fashion is a powerful tool. I mean, as an immigrant who has lived in different countries in the world, I have used fashion to my, to show up for myself, especially in a world where, people say, oh, being black and, the
Mhm.
racism and all that. But I have shown up. This is who I am. And I've used fashion to express myself and to feel beautiful too, because when we feel beautiful inside and embrace that inside who we are, we feel beautiful outside with what we wear. So that is a way for us to inspire ourselves with confidence, and just having that courage to be who we are, right? And staying who we are and not being a copycat. I always say that. Never be a copycat.
No, everybody has to have their own style and authenticity, and I think that's something that is important when you're actually, like becoming the style that you want, like the person that you want to showcase, right? In that
Yes.
case, I know wearing sometimes clothes, it can make you feel good. I think clothes that feels good, make you look good, give you confidence. But I have to say, I have seen a lot that people, and you probably, you do your fashion shows, so you know the walking aspect of the first impression also becomes part of your style. Do you
Yes.
find a lot of people right now have lack that confidence when they're coming into their room, even if they're dressed, with the best brands? Because it happens a lot, especially with young, business people sometimes, because they're like debating into like what they know, how they look. So how a person comes across to find their signature style in that case. How do you work with a client so people understand how you go with the steps to find out what their signature style is?
I think with signature style is understanding your body type.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to know your body type to dress your body type. Now, when you find people not comfortable in themselves, it's because they are not wearing, they feel it. It's just like when you wake up in the morning and you dress up and you look at the mirror, you keep changing the clothes because what's happening is that you what you're seeing in the mirror is not who you want to be, right? And you keep flinging the clothes and bringing new ones, and then you end up wearing something that does not make you feel good. So it's important to find your signature style by one, starting with the color palette that suits your body, that suits your skin tone. One.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, is knowing the fit that suits your body type. Once you do that, it's so funny how once you wear what suits your body type, you feel good instantly. It's something I have experienced. I've seen clients experiencing it. I've worked in so many closets, and I tell you, every time we cleanse closets, I cleanse,
Yes.
70% of the outfits in clients' closets are not for their body type. Because
Mm.
most clients buy the wrong outfits because it's trending in the fashion industry or because it's on sale, right? And then another problem I'm finding is that as women or even men, we evolve on our journeys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when we evolve on our journeys, our body changes what we love, how we want to express ourselves. And then people don't concentrate on that aspect to cleanse their closet and find out, who am I now? What's the new me? What do I like? Because every 10 years, what you like changes, sometimes even five. So you need to pay attention. You need to know what suits you. So working with a stylist is very important. So you understand what suits your body type and color, style, fit. Very important.
No,
And
that's it.
also,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead.
No, no, tell me. Also, you said it, this
And
is so nice,
also
but
creating a functional wardrobe. Sometimes I find a lot of us start with trends in our wardrobes versus starting with capsule collection. So once you can start with a timeless wardrobe, then you start incorporating, the trends, like whether it's a tube top, whether it's leather pants, whether it's all those stylish pieces that you need, but you need these stylish pieces to complement what you have, right? To complement your timeless capsule collection. So the first thing to to understand your signature style, one, cleanse your closet, work with a stylist, understand your body shape and body type, especially when you're on Instagram looking at, sometimes I'm an influencer too, looking at all the influencers and what they're wearing. Remember to ask yourself, is her body type the same with my body type? It's her complexion the same as my complexion before you go shopping, those pieces. But that's why when the pieces end up in your closet, you're not happy with it because it doesn't represent you, and it doesn't represent your body type. So that's why a lot of people do not get frustrated with their signature style.
and that's what I was going to ask you exactly that. People watching so much, in Instagram, in TikTok, all these influencers and trying all these different clothes and trying to imitate some kind of looks of different brands. Sometimes we go and say, okay, let me go get those pants or let me go. And then they sit in a closet because you don't really feel connected to that. So
Exactly.
that's great. You answered what I was going to ask you about, influencers and how we go along that. And yeah, so, but it's interesting that you also mentioned that the personality describes who you are, the way you
Yeah.
smile, the way you carry yourself, but also you can see it when you combine the styling, a wardrobe, but also seeing the houses of clients. Like maybe you can merge both of them, right?
Of course, I mean, just
You
how
can.
we dress, just how we dress up ourselves is the same way we have to dress up our spaces. And as you know, our spaces is an expression of
Mhm.
what we love, right, as humans. And that's the same thing as our wardrobe. So that is why there's a connection between fashion and interiors, right? It's the color, it's the fabrics, it's the texture, it's so many things, and it's our senses too, right?
Mhm.
Because I always say a home is a feeling, it's not a place, right?
Correct.
So you kind of like create that feeling of sanctuary, or that feeling of functionality, or that feeling of style, of beauty, so that you feel beautiful in your space, so that you feel comfortable, so you feel restful. So, the kind, just like what we put in our closets, it's also important what we also style in our spaces.
Well, that's what
Whatever.
I was going to ask you. I
Yeah.
was just going to say, why don't you give like some quick, styling tips to people for their actual environment, their offices, their homes, that can help them sort of feel more like them in that space. So, what are like a couple of things that you can think of that you can give to people?
Art. You
Art.
know,
Yeah.
art is,
Yeah.
I can find you. Art is powerful. It could be from your travel experiences, it could be from your culture. I find that art brings beauty into a space, just like color brings beauty into our wardrobe and our spaces too. And I think it's finding, the art that speaks to you. It could be a landscape that reminds you of a trip that you made, especially during the winter time. You want things that brings beauty into your space, not otherwise, right? And it could even be a wall color, right? Even if you can't afford the art, it could be a wall color as well. It could be wallpaper. It could be plants. There's so many things. It
Mhm.
could be pillows. It could be a vase. It could be a candles. There's so many things, because when you do these two, find that harmonious feeling, that positive well-being in your space. And first impression starts with you. Is you want to feel beautiful in a space. You want to feel comfortable. Right? You want something that reminds you of something beautiful, right? So art for me is number one. Pillows,
Yeah.
plants. Actually, plants for me is number one. Art is
Yeah.
number
And then,
Yes,
two.
I
and from art, you can draw like all the colors that you can actually bring into
Ex-
the space with accessories. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Exactly.
it's so important to like for me, and I think we always say this to our clients is like, how do you want to feel in that space? Because the way you want to feel in your bedroom is very different than the way you want to feel in your personal office, right? Because you
Mhm.
want to
Totally.
feel productive, you want to feel ready to start the day. Whereas when you retire in your bedroom, you want to feel relaxed, you want to feel calm, you want to so I just it's really important to sort of know that. And I think a lot of people are just like in fashion, they go with trends or what's in style rather than what they like. I've
Exactly.
never been a trendy person at all. I just, I can appreciate there's certain trends that I like, but I've
Yes.
always just kind of stick to my what I know I like and what I lasting things that will last for a really long time. I have things in my closet that I've had for 20 years, and same with my home. So it's really important to sort of know that as the person on how you want to feel.
And that's what I
Yeah,
wanted
true.
to ask you. What are the key
Yes.
pieces that we should keep in our closet that are like
Okay.
statement pieces that will last for many, many, many years unless we really they don't fit us anymore. But
I would say button down shirts.
yeah.
Button down shirts and blouses is number one, because it's very versatile. You can wear it in so many different ways. Even if you're going on vacation, you can wear a swimsuit and throw on a nice shirt, right? And then you're ready for business. the same shirt, you button it and you wear it on jeans, denim jeans, pencil skirts, dresses, basic dresses, um, um, wide leg pants, straight cut pants. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people saying wide leg pants, Anna. I'm telling you, wide leg pants has been there since the 80s. You
Yeah, it's
understand?
true.
It's just now it's a different twist. But now we have it more tailored versus those days we used to have the bell bottoms. So there's so
Mhm.
many things. I would say blouses, I would say camisoles, I would say t-shirts. T-shirts is a staple in your closet. Blazers, jackets. I mean, you can elevate any outfit with a blazer or a jacket. Even when you're like, I'm in Cabo now, I have, cooler mornings. And when I'm going out, I actually wear shorts and I wear a blazer and a t-shirt or a
And it dresses
camisole.
you up also.
And it dresses you up because I always say, like we said, first impression. I never know the client I'm going to meet when I go about my day. So I always make sure that I am elevated because first impression is your selling tool. That is the way you can sell your brand or sell your whatever it is. So I always say that never compromise on how you want to feel and how you look, especially when it comes to image and styling. Just like you guys know in staging too, I mean,
Yeah.
never compromise on staging a space because you have to make sure that the clients who are coming in, the potential buyers, they can see themselves in that space. So first thing that is important to do is decluttering,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
organization. You have to have a functional space. Let them see how that space functions, So don't take because it's the eyes. The eyes like to see function, it likes to see beauty. So when you're staging a home, it's important to make sure that you declutter a space, your personal items.
Mm-hmm.
Potential buyers are not interested in, for instance, your family portrait. I've always had
Correct.
people ask, why should I take out my family picture? Well, that is not their family. They want how they are going to live place.
That's
So
Exactly.
right. Yeah.
put an art, that can make the space elevated versus putting a family portrait, right? So it's just those little things. I always say in life, just like we dress up and we stage our homes, the little things are the most important things
I
than the
always
big
say
things.
to Adele, guys, we see sometimes on TV or people that puts everything on. And we always say fashion is so related to, styling at home or staging at
Yeah.
home. So we say, sometimes we do staging in ourselves. So less is
Yes.
more, right? So we connected the same with what we do when we're dealing with property. So the less we have, but good pieces, quality makes
Yes.
a big impact. And as you said, first impression, it's first impression. We can sometimes change that. When people perceive you, the first time is not how they actually perceive you unless they get to really know you. But when you go for interviews, for example, I really hope people that are connecting or they're going to listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, they can listen to your advice because it's such a important thing for when you're actually putting yourself for a business interview or representing your brand or even styling a home to use somebody to have a professional opinion. So you come and you bring the whole package, which I love.
Yes.
I wanted to just one thing that I wanted to mention because I feel like the younger generation, there's such a they don't even know what it is to dress up. Like you don't see it anymore. I have a daughter who's 13 and, when we go shopping to the mall, all they look at is sweatpants. And obviously that's the age gap, but it's like, where does that change? Like, how do they evolve from that to dressing up, because I just, even older than that, I see the younger people, there's no effort. They don't give that effort of dressing up that, like, it just doesn't exist in the culture right now, I feel. So I hope
Yeah.
it's not something that we're gonna miss.
Well, I think that's what happens with trends,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think, I mean, the young ones to the millennials and the Gen Zs, the whole, it depends on their lifestyle. Most people now are working from home and working virtually, and
Yeah.
that's in how people show up these days. I'm even finding most people don't have forgotten how to dress up, and I'm hoping the industry would go back to even like just look at us doing this live now. We have open screens because that allows you to show up for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you show up for yourself and make an effort to put yourself together, you find that's that confidence, find more confidence to take on your day, right? And when I say show up, I've also seen where I'm not saying go do colored nails or anything. There's different ways of showing up for your brand or even for a date night. Is you know grooming.
We go back to the
I was
same
gonna
thing.
say you
Even
can.
skin, I've seen people, the skin, because when you don't make an effort on how you want to feel or your presentation, that puts people off to even approach you, right? So imagine you walking into a space, for instance, and you just look like you just rolled out of bed, or even virtually, that shows that you don't it touches on credibility, right? And you're saying that, oh, someone should do business with you,
Mm-hmm.
and your business is not correlated with your appearance or how you show up. So it's important that we pay attention to all those things. It's just like realtors. You say you're showcasing a $3 million home, and you show up on the door of the $3 million home, and you're wearing t-shirt and a shorts with that is not ironed, with flip-flops, and the client looking at you and saying, are you sure I'm in the right place, or are you sure this is a 3 million? So you have to represent your brand. You have to show up for your brand. You are the first impression. I always say you are the billboard of your brand. So it's important that we pay attention to those little things and not say, oh, well, why should they judge me? You are your brand, right?
Correct.
So it's very important that we pay attention to our presentation, to our image, and investing in our closet is not expensive. I think that's what people don't understand. Your presentation is not expensive. It's just that touch up. I call it touch up. A dash of lipstick,
Yeah.
a dash of blush, a blusher. Your nails are well, manicured nails.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a
You
lot.
know,
It's a lot of things with image.
and I think even if you wear a tracksuit for the young generation, still your makeup, your hair, your nails, your skin, everything matters, right? I see a
Yeah.
lot of people actually writing some comments, and William said, I still dress up working from home, makes a huge difference for me. Also motivates you. I find
Yeah.
now with the changes that we are seeing from after COVID, that people are working more remotely, which is a nice
Yeah.
thing. We're not saying it's a bad thing, but also you have to motivate yourself in showing up the best every single day. So even if you're home, you have to actually dress up because, as we said, this type of connections right now globally that we can talk to people like we're talking to you in Mexico, for example, and we're here in Canada, still you get a feeling from us through the screen. So it's not that you're gonna show up and the style is not gonna it's gonna really be seen. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do
You
you
have
find
to. Yes. Go ahead.
with all the experience that you have from different cultures, you have been in different countries, you have lived in different countries, and that's the beauty I find that you can bring into every project and to every even styling, a closet for somebody, because you have that eye that can actually connect with colors, with textures, with the vision of, when people needs to go to different places, vacations, business. So it gives you a different, way of looking at life in general. Do you find that fashion changes a lot from one continent to the other?
Oh, totally, totally. Because every continent has different cultures, attributes, right? And it's the weather as well. It's whether it's the sun, is the moon, or whatever it is. So I find that, and also different cultures. There's a culture that all they know is color. It's the food
Mm,
they eat, the textures, it's the textiles. And that's why you see like the fashion designers, they travel a lot, right? Or the interior designers, because you go to different cultures to get inspired, right? By what you see. And that comes back into our spaces and into our wardrobes as well. And I think that sometimes as well, when we embrace other cultures, we tend to, it's okay to try something new. Like I love to try something new. It could be a new color. You
mhm.
could go to India and you've never worn burnt orange, and you go to India and you're like, oh my God, I never thought that color
Yes.
would look good. So when you see that color in that culture, it now comes into your closet or your home, and you start appreciating other people's cultures through color. Or you could go to the desert, right? And it's the sand, it's the earthy tones, and
Yes.
you embrace that. So I think that culture has an influence on style, because when you travel, you just embrace other cultures and you bring that into, how you want to look or how you want to feel, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, we have almost 45 minutes talking,
I
so it's
know.
a nice topic. We can talk forever. If somebody wants to actually contact you and have a consultation, they can do it through Zoom now that you are in Mexico, then you're coming back to Canada, or wherever you are, you can always, service your clients. So where can they contact you, Anna, so they can have the information?
You can, on my bio on Instagram, I have all my links there. I always start every service with a meeting, because I get to know you, get to know what you love, get to know your taste, where the country where you live. I offer virtual and in person as well. I actually do closet edits virtually, and also
Amazing.
I do home refinement, where we cleanse your home, and we kind of like walk through the spaces, understand the space, and redesign it, and also give you the style recommendation for your spaces. Color consultation as well. That's so important. A
Color
lot of
is
people.
a topic
Yeah.
that, it's a whole topic. What color
Yeah.
means and what people, yes. So we can do another one in the future about colors. So colors in the wardrobe and colors in the house, right?
In the
Because color
Yeah.
talks for itself, each color. Yes.
Yeah, for
So just
sure.
before we leave this space, I just want to ask you if you have any final words or any kind of inspiration that you want to tell, people, our audience right now.
I love this quote, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to read it so I say it right. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. And when you love yourself, you feel confident. It gives you the confidence. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are and live life to the fullest. That is by Brené Brown. Two
Oh,
of my
Love
favorite.
that so
Yeah.
much. I
I
know I
have to
love Brene
say,
Brown.
Anna, we miss you here. We miss your events. And last minute thing I said to Adelka, I'm going to actually get some cards because Anna, when we are in her fashion show, she always, brings out cards. So I'm like, I have a bunch of cards here. You're going to tell me which one you want. I'm going to point it out. So you tell me this
The
one,
one
this,
I
whatever,
want that the one
this
in the
one.
middle. Yes.
So this one, he says, I dress to feel empowered.
You see, and that's what we were
There
just
you
talking
go.
about. go.
Perfect message.
Perfect message. You have to dress to feel empowered and confident. And always remember, you never know where you're going to meet your client or
Sure.
even a partner. So always show up for you and never be afraid to go outside of the norm of what you love to wear. Try new things and work with a stylist to find your style. Very important.
Thank you so much, Anna. We love having you
Thank
here and
you.
taking the time from Mexico and connect. And I'm sure everybody loved this ID Beyond the Stage because you gave so many valuable information. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Lovely seeing you
Anna.
all. I'm going to see you.
Bye.
We'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
soon here. Bye
Bye.
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 Bye.